It's it.
What is up? Money Monday. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Sean and Lacey here with you on this Money Monday. We're here each and every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time to help you to navigate all of the changing landscape that's going on in the financial world relative to your service-based business. And I know that everybody's jumping on the recession-proof your business train. Well, we have been here. This is our, fourth week? We've been here.
Fourth week.
Fourth week. We're going to continue to be here, updating you on what's been happening over the past week and giving you guidance on what we think that you need to be doing. We're laying some foundational stuff still at this point. We're not reactionary. We're forecasting what we see happening way down the road and trying to get you guys prepped for that. I don't really think, I was thinking about this, I'm not really sure that there's really such a thing as recession proofing your business. What would that be? Because then why wouldn't we also like good time proof your business?
Crisis proof, just
well,
in
no,
general.
good time proof.
Good time
right?
proof.
Like if you think, well, like if all of a sudden things are going to get better, then you would be like, yeah, let's make our business able to withstand that too. Like that's kind of weird. Like, oh, we're going to recession proof it. We're just
making it successful
and adaptable.
Yes.
Here's the thing. We want to be adaptable, just like the human body. Your business needs to be able to adapt to its environment. And there's nothing worse than when your body cannot adapt to its environment, aka COVID. But also nothing worse that when your business cannot adapt to the environment. So if your business cannot withstand
good
changes
times or bad times,
then your business is sick. You're going to have issues. Just want to make sure if you're brand new to the broadcast here, we're live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is our commitment. Even on a national holiday on 4th of July, we're not taking off because we know that the recession is not taking off. Want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Love that we've gotten so many of you to jump on as subscribers. Make sure that you turn on your notifications. That way you'll know when we go live. We have a lot of plans to drop even more content. In fact, tell your friends to subscribe to this channel because we're going to do something unprecedented. I don't know when. Legit, I don't know when. But we are going to drop a full weekend course onto this channel. We'll announce it to you. It won't be a surprise.
Something we've sold.
It'll be something that will have a tremendous value. It'll be something that
value.
people have previously paid us for.
Yep.
And we're going to drop it as a complete sort of pop-up to help you to navigate your business through these difficult times. And we're going to put it up for one weekend for absolute free so that you'll have complete access to this. And so be sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications. If you want more of Sean and Lacey, make sure that you jump in on Black Diamond Club, www.blackdiamondclub.com. That's where you can find us. And also, look, we've been talking about this BDC Marketing Matters. We put on a workshop on marketing coming up here in the fall, November 3rd and 4th at the Fountain Blue in Miami Beach. Tickets are very limited now.
And talking about being adaptable, right? I mean, we're going to be teaching marketing, new marketing ways for you to be able to adapt during this time so that your business can continue to grow. Because things are changing, which means your marketing needs to change. Your languaging needs to change. Your strategy needs to change. And if you're not thinking about that, you got to get to Marketing Matters.
Lastly, we have our Last 5 Moves Challenge. We have been abundantly blessed. We are so thankful that we have been blessed by by our business through all of the things that have been going on in the world. And everybody always asks us, like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing next? Well, we're going to be issuing our last 5 moves in detail.
Do those first.
We're going to be going through what our last 5 moves have been that have gotten us to this point. Go to www.ourlast5moves.com. That's where you can join the wait list. The challenge does not release until August 15th. Tons of people already on the wait list. Hundreds of people on the wait list. Space will be limited. Tickets will go on sale officially on July 15th in 11 days. And at that point, you will be able to purchase your tickets to the Our Last 5 Moves Challenge. We would love to have you. Don't forget, in just a little bit, Lacey and I will be giving away $300 tonight. So far, every single time that we have given away the prize, somebody's won. Maybe not tonight because it's July 4th. A lot of people are out, barbecuing. They're in the pool.
But there's
watching
already
fireworks.
almost 100 people on. I'm actually really happy and impressed tonight.
Yeah. Well, we're going to draw 3 names. We're going to be drawing 3 names tonight. You must be present live to win. When we draw your name, how long do you have? 45 seconds?
No, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 30 seconds to respond in the chat. That was giving people time to text their friends.
Yeah, people to get on and, answer real quick. So, we're at 30 seconds. We have some special guests in the studio here with us to be drawing names. We're super pumped.
Yeah, we're still missing James, our producer. James, the producer, is chilling in Taos Park in Florida for the 4th of July. So we have Pat running the soundboard today. We hope you love his sound effects. We already had a little bit of a little boo-boo there with the screen and back, but that's okay.
Can you guys hear the sound effects?
Perfect. Of course they can hear the sound effects.
Okay,
they love the sound effects.
If we got it set up right.
And later on, we're going to have a special drawer. We're going to have a special drawer of the names, special guest in attendance in the studio on this 4th of July. Lacey, what are we watching? What are we watching this week?
Oh, gosh, so many things. So many things have happened over the course of the last week. And I think we say that every week. But, we got to a point where we were creating this list, and I said we have to stop because there's too many things that happen. But some of the things that we're watching, highest priority this week. First off, we've been talking about gas prices. For the last 4 episodes that we've done Money Mondays, even though gas prices are going slightly down, again, just like they anticipated, it's still the highest gas prices in 4th of July history.
Gas prices, pretty good indication. Summer travel, we're having issues in the airports. Ticket prices for flights are extremely high. If you don't have your tickets yet for BDC Marketing Matters, I'd jump all over that. Forecasts don't really see gas prices coming down. This is one of the biggest things that is an issue. We've been talking since week 1 here on Money Mondays about how you should be, if you are blessed, that you should be giving back to your community. Your community is looking for a hero, and gas prices at an all-time high for 4th of July. We had last year, I think we had saved 19 cents or something on our 4th of July barbecue. This year, 4th of July barbecue is up 17%.
Yeah.
And so gas prices, right up there. Summer travel, I got to say, look, people are having to think about, right? After coming out of COVID, people want to travel. They're having to think about, all right, so where am I going to be traveling? Now, a lot of you too, I know that so many of you guys are really, really amazing at what you do. And you are like, we have people that travel. I have people that drive 3 hours to see me. Well, guess what? That might become cost prohibitive if gas prices continue to go up. We've got them down under $5. We're working on that tax reprieve here on the gas tax, a 3 months, 90-day reprieve. But still, listen, gas prices are a big concern for the average American.
But speaking of travel, one of the things that we have been reading about is that car prices are up, right? So the average family that once was going to buy a vehicle, now it's almost like a luxury. They're saying that the average cost per month to own a car is $700. $700.
Well, the middle class, once again, is getting squeezed, and there's another squeezing point. So it costs a lot more money to put gas in the car. It costs a lot more money to drive the car that you're putting gas in. Here's one thing, though. I'm seeing all the comments. We've got a lot of familiar faces in. Lacey and I want to say thank you so much for your support, especially on a national holiday. Super cool. Appreciate you being here. But here's the deal. A lot of you are not really feeling that yet. I've said to people, if you are feeling it in your business, then man, already you have indications that this is going to get rough, right? If you're feeling it already. If you're not feeling it, great, but don't be naive to think this is not going to affect me, because it clearly is.
It's already coming. One of the other things that we're seeing too, and we've been watching, is the housing market. And the housing market is beginning to slow down because rates are going up. And we're also seeing that some of the largest mortgage companies in the United States are starting to lay off a lot of their employees. So what does that tell you?
Well, I'm not even sure that I would say for me and my research, the housing market's actually starting to cool off. I think that housing sales are up. And so you're seeing a lot of houses come on the market. I think that one of the things, though, that we're going to wonder is how quickly they can sell, right? So just putting a bunch of houses on the market.
That's what they mean by slowing down. Like people are not purchasing as quick.
Okay, so they again, I'm not sure that we are totally seeing that yet, but
Okay.
it's out there. Yeah. And we have interest rates rising for sure. Definitely 1,000,000%. I personally think that for any of you out there who have been blessed to be, making a lot of money, have high revenue or high income, still a really good time to be thinking about real estate as an option. Interest rates are still low. They've been lower, but they're still low, relatively low compared to where I think they're going. And prices are beginning to come down. So that's a perfect storm, right? You're now no longer overbidding, overpaying. Still probably slightly overpaying, but historically that's going to come back for you. But really what the data that you're sharing, what that means is that, again, squeezing the middle class. Home ownership is beginning to become a more of a dream than a reality. What that means is that then people are forced, because you have to live somewhere. You have to have shelter. You have to have a roof over your head. So renting becomes more of an option, and you're seeing rental prices just go absolutely out of control. I was even reading this week about, no longer are we seeing overbid on housing purchases, but we're seeing people in the rental market having to bid overpay. So you can say I'm renting my condominium for $2,000 a month, and if you want to get it, you're going to have to say, Lacey, I'll give you $2,200 a month, because there's going to be other people that are going to say, I'll give you $2,000. To ensure that I get it, I have to overbid the rental prices.
Well, it's interesting because rent's getting out of control, not even just in the residential space, but now in the commercial space. So we're starting to see that trickle down effect where now landlords, they're getting hit with higher prices, and they're bringing that down to their tenants, and they're actually asking their tenants to pay more on rent. So business rent has gone up. I think they said like somewhere around 33% overall across the United States. And so we're going to be seeing that, and that's going to cause businesses to get squeezed a little bit more, which is going to cause them to potentially have more layoffs, having people lose work, and then we see the whole thing happen again.
Yep.
The other thing that we're watching is the crypto market. Lots going on in the crypto market right now.
Crypto market super down, but as you know, we always say, if you believe that technology is the future, still it's a good play, but I think a lot of the institutional buyers got leveraged, and so we're seeing a lot of these companies. We have Three Arrows declaring bankruptcy, cryptocurrency hedge fund. We're seeing Voyager Digital halting trading deposits and withdrawals, along with Celsius and a couple of others, platforms that have had to halt withdrawals, and Facebook actually calling an end to their cryptocurrency project effective September 1st, throwing in the towel. That's pretty big news. And so the crypto market, now highly speculative again. Like, do you think this is a thing? Do you think this is the future? This is something that's interesting. But here's one of the other things that's interesting as well in the crypto market is that crypto wallets, because this is public information, crypto wallets with at least one Bitcoin are at an all-time high. Now, one Bitcoin, of course, right now around $20,000. So it's not like they have $65,000 invested. But what that means is on the upper end, on the upper side, the crypto investors are more in a we're going to wait it out type of mode. Yeah. And especially the higher end of that, holding one Bitcoin or more, they're in a wait and see. I think the people that had less than a Bitcoin, if you were dabbling, you had a couple $1,000s in there, they've gotten out of the way. They hit the panic button. They've jumped ship.
Right.
And so this is interesting too, because we always talk about moving up market, especially during a recession, and making sure that you get that dialed in. We're going to have some conversation about that. But there are some indications that, again, the up market is largely protected during this process or during this time. I think that they stay protected through the process. I think that they continue to be great buyers of your services out there. If you are thinking about adapting your target market or your business model.
Last thing that we're watching is energy, and we're watching the energy sector and what's happening with that. That's really been interesting to follow, because currently that's the only sector that they said is in the positive, right?
The only sector in the positive. Energy up around 30% on the year to date. We talked last week about Berkshire Hathaway. Yep. Berkshire Hathaway added $550 added $580 million of stock in Occidental Petroleum last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, bringing their total holdings in Occidental Petroleum to $9.9 billion. Now, when we talk investing, people love to reference Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway. Well, I mean, I always say just follow the money. They're loading up right now, on energy here. This is an opportunity. Occidental Petroleum really, you're seeing them lock up because it is up, and they obviously, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway continue to think that this is going to be a sector that's going to do very, very well, which is, again, we talked about that last week. Interesting because given the political climate, a lot of you would probably guess this is a sector that's getting absolutely annihilated, but it's actually the only sector right now year to date that's flourishing. So something to keep an eye on. But again, here's what I'm going to say is that the middle class, most of the middle class, they don't have heavy investments in the energy sector. That's something, again, that upmarket's doing. Of course, Warren Buffett, $580 million additional in stocks of Occidental Petroleum. That's the upmarket. That's what the upmarket's doing. We might like to keep an eye on that because that's a good indication of where we should be going. We also want to see if the upmarket gets clobbered because that would be extremely worrisome. Yes. But as you can see from this, the upmarket's doing just fine right now.
Absolutely. So,
what should we do?
What do we do?
All right, today I want to talk about high ticket offers. High ticket offers. Here's one of the things that I think that, one of the things that was funny. I got a thought first. In this time, we're doing, these Money Monday lives, and then these videos live in perpetuity here on YouTube. And then you get these interesting comments. And I don't know, somewhere on social media, someone was like, well, of course, Sean's just saying all of this because he wants you to buy his stuff, which really we don't have anything for you to buy. Right now, we're kind of sold out pretty much of most things that you could buy from us. And anything that we do have, BDC, Marketing Matters, those are kind of low ticket offerings. You and I are completely full. We have no room on all of our high ticket offerings. Yeah. We just launched a $25,000 mastermind about a month ago. It's sold out in 24 hours. Yeah. We weren't leveraging social media to sell it. But here's the thing. We want you to be in that position because we love to teach you out of transparency. We're not leveraging the platform to get you to buy our high ticket offers because for the most part, you've already bought. Whether you or you collectively have already bought all of the high ticket offerings that we have been able to brainstorm and come up with up to this point. I mean, I'm sure we'll think of some more things, but right now, that's it. But what we want to do is leverage the platform to teach you that this is something that you should be doing. It's very simple, and you and I had an interesting conversation because that's what we do. We talk to people about what's going on in the world. We talk to each other, but we also talk to some really smart people. Right. And in the financial planning world, I love this. We were talking to an extremely successful financial planner. Maybe at some point we can get him to come on Money Mondays, and we can have him have a discussion with us. But he was like, "Look, there's all these things in the financial planning world. If I could take you from X millions of dollars and double it, that would be great, right? Through my advice. But what would be even better is if I could take you from X millions of dollars and cause you to make 10 times that, not because of my financial planning advice, but because we helped you to grow your business." So here's what I'm thinking. In this time of recession, wouldn't it make a lot more sense for you to have, if you were doing $250,000 a year in revenue, wouldn't it make a lot more sense right now to have 10 clients that paid you $25,000 a year to receive whatever it was that you do versus 200 clients that are paying you $25 a time times multiple times to try and get to your $250,000? What if you wanted, Sean, what if you wanted to make $500,000? Well, you could get 10 people to pay you $50,000 a year to provide the service that you provide, or I can get 20 people to pay me $25,000, right? And you just do the math. The thing is, it gets incrementally easier to service less people at a higher price point. Now, the thing that we're balancing here, though, is the desire of everybody, I get it, to help every man, woman, and child on the planet. But in a time of recession, a lot of these people are going to be necessarily crippled financially due to no fault of their own, just due to what's going on in the world. Here's then what I would offer. There's no amount of sickness that you can acquire that makes someone else sick. There's no amount of sadness that you can acquire to make someone else happy. There's also no amount of poverty that you could acquire to make someone else wealthy. going into the recession, if you do have a big service heart, I think it is your absolute obligation then to be extremely successful so that you financially can afford yourself to help those who got caught in the mix, and they were like, due to no fault of their own, they're now unable to afford the thing that you do. Yes. They need help. Absolutely. But you aren't going to be able to help them if you're broke. So here's what I'm thinking. We need to think about, okay, I take like a hair salon. You know, there are stylists. There's not a lot of them, but there are stylists. For a men's cut, $500. Well, you know, so what if you said, listen, Sean, for me, I'm getting my hair cut twice a month. I get my hair cut every other week. Get my haircut, I think, Wednesday.
Right.
So that means I would be paying at least $1,000 a month, $12,000. Now, I don't know what else you could add on, something else that could get it maybe up to 15, maybe 20. There's nothing magical about, you know, any sort of number. But if you got it to 15,000, now here's what you'd have to tell me. I'm telling you what you'd have to tell me. You'd have to tell me for $15,000, you're allowed to get your haircut up to twice a month, and you will receive VIP priority access. You know, because to get in where I get my hair cut,
you would have to be able to get in whenever you desire. Whenever I want, 15,000.
VIP, like, right. Well, I mean, not at 2 a.m., but right, like, we can't get you in for a week, right? And that happens to me, again, fairly, where I go, super popular and high demand. But if I was going to pay a premium, I'd want to get in. Here's the thing that you have to learn, is that inside the premium market, the high ticket market, what you're really solving for is time.
Right.
Time. So there's a lot of ways that you could do it slower. Slower implies cheaper, but if you want to do it faster, then you need to pay more. Second thing that we're solving for in a high ticket offer is access. You know, we were talking about that this afternoon as well. People want to pay to have access. Now, even getting in, like, hey, I need to get my haircut tomorrow at 2. Oh, sure, you're one of our VIPs. That is a form of access, right? I'm not being shut out. But also, you want to hang out with the people. You want to get to know the people. You want to feel like you're in close relationship with those people. I was also talking to somebody today that, go ahead. Did you say?
No, I was going to say I read this thing today, and it was saying it's so much easier for you to sell something if you're solving for a pain point versus selling a desire. And I think a lot of people, they're trying to sell a desire. This is what it would look like. I'm trying to sell you the desire to be, I'm speaking into your desire to be healthy. You just solve the pain point. And for the up market, the pain point is time.
Pain point is time.
You are selling to solve for time. You have to remember that. And if you can land on that, you can almost charge anything for the solution that you provide.
I know we have a lot of doctors in the house watching, and I always say this, like, you always try and sell the pain point as pain.
And it's not.
It's not.
That's not.
I've done this with non-doctors. We have done this with doctors. Right now. How many of you watching? Put in the comments. How many of you watching have had pain of some sort in the last 30 days? Yeah. You've had pain. You had a headache. Your shoulder hurt. You stubbed your toe. Your finger hurt. Like what? You had pain. Yeah. And it's everybody. Right. In the last 30 days, you've all had physical pain of some sort. How many of you that have had physical pain of some sort? We're getting all of them coming in. I love it. How many of you that have had physical pain of some sort sought medical professional help? Like, the answer is no. Like, I had pain, but I didn't, like, some of you did.
You didn't need somebody to solve for your pain in that moment, right?
Well, some people did. Like, if you had COVID or you had a bad hangover, you probably didn't. But if you had COVID,
you were out of pain the night before that, I'm sure.
Right? So you didn't have to go to the doctor, but if you did go see the doctor, it was something serious. So what we are able to see there is that pain is not the driver.
Yep. Right.
Pain is not there's a lot of people that really one of the main reasons why you didn't go somewhere, even if you're like, well, I don't believe in medicine. Well, okay, the reason why you didn't go somewhere is because you didn't have time.
Right. Exactly.
Right? If you had all the time in the world, you could have got a massage, got some acupuncture, got a chiropractic adjustment. You could have done all kinds of stuff, but you forwent that because you didn't have time.
Right.
So the upmarket's constantly trying. It's not that they don't believe in you. It's that they're very busy.
Yeah.
They're doing 9 million things.
They would figure out how to fit it in their schedule.
Right. So they'd be willing to pay more for access, more for earlier hours. Now, some of you are going to have to get with the times yourselves and understand.
Speedier results.
Well, you can't work 3 days a week from 10 to noon and 2 to 4. That's not going to cut it through a recession. You work hard. But yes, we're going to solve for time. Then the last thing is, so what am I going to put in there? And I think that oftentimes people super complicate what the offer is going to be. It's going to be the thing that you do done at a much higher level. Fundamentally, there's not a difference between the Ritz-Carlton in Courtyard, Marriott Courtyard. There's not a like they have rooms with beds.
Sleep in them. Yeah, they may have a restaurant.
With a restaurant and bathroom in your room and a shower, probably some free shampoo, soap. It's fundamentally the same. What's different is the experience.
Yes.
So all we do is we change the experience to upcharge the upmarket and solve for time. So if you are a Diamond Loyalty Reward member, you don't have to stand in line at the check-in. You can see all of these things where brands are solving for time and charging a premium in order to get there.
I love it. I know. I think that's what you all have to think about. Again, not selling a desire for something, but solving for the time, the pain point. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the one thing that you do, too. I think people get stuck on that, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, like you were talking about the hair salon. Maybe you actually have somebody in the hair salon that's a expert colorist, and you're better at cuts. Maybe you could sell a package that has both,
well,
so they can get access.
I saw Paula Ruffin say, I'd pay more to get my nails done. So what if when you were at the hair salon and you were just sitting there doing whatever you do while
you're
coloring,
processing, and
why don't they do your nails?
My nail salon
for
in
a
Naples
premium,
does that.
for a premium, right? So then the nail person comes over and is like, look, if you want to add the nail, it's not $40. It's $90.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it here all awkward with you're doing this thing. So it costs more. And right. So even just figuring out, and that might not be you. I'm not saying you do the nails. You might partner with somebody
who does
and say, you do the nails, charge them $90, give me 10. All right. There's all kinds of ways that we can figure this out to service the upmarket to solve for time. And it doesn't even have to, I hate that example in a way because it doesn't even have to stay inside your lane. Right. So maybe
you could be getting an IV while you're getting your hair processed.
Yeah, get your hair processed, get an IV.
That would be great.
Maybe there's business consulting that happens over the, you can like, hey, if you want to listen to these podcasts, you can plug in and then you can like learn while you're waiting or so many opportunities of things that you could and should be doing in order to service that upmarket. Solve for time, and don't be afraid to get a high ticket offer. The high ticket offer with less clients at a higher ticket, they'll make you more money than you've made. And it's not all just about the money. It's because I'm trying to get you to service a market that's going to be largely protected should there be a downturn, which most likely next week we'll probably be discussing either there was or was not an announcement
week 2.
Of an actual recession. And I'm seeing tons of stuff. Some people are like, absolutely, it's 100% certain. We did not mention that we also have the indications that U.S. manufacturing growth weakens to a 2-year low. That's one of the indicators that we would have to watch for a recession. So we're getting all of the indicators are lining up. Again, the one thing that I think we're watching that might not tick the box is unemployment.
Yep, I saw that.
We should draw some names.
All right.
Let's give away some money.
We're keeping it nice and short for you guys tonight because we know that you're all out there celebrating.
Yeah, watch fireworks, everybody.
Had a long day. All the great things.
All right, let's get our special guest up here.
Guest.
We have Grant Dennis from Tats, Mexico. He's all the way from Arkansas. He drove his Sabaside all the way here from Arkansas.
Grant, you have to dig deep and you can't look.
Okay, but you need the timer. You got the timer ready? Yeah, and put it down here because some people get a jump start watching the name. Just dig your hand in there. Get us a winner. Hand it to me. Just one. Just bring out one. Everybody's loving Grant's on here. All right, this is the one right here. Here.
Ready?
Jessica Hoke.
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 How do you say that? Jessica, tell us how to say your name if you're on.
Jessica.
Woo woo, Jessica.
Jessica. Grant saying in Arkansas they pronounce it Hawk. Jessica Hawk. Jessica Hawk. All right.
All right.
We're
what? Nope, she's not here yet. Not yet. Jessica's
you've
not
got
on there. 10 seconds,
10
Jessica.
seconds, Miss Jessica.
Jessica.
This might be the. Is this?
People
is this
are saying somebody get Pat off the sounds.
Oh.
You going crazy over there? You loving them? I like it. Drop a bomb, Pat. Drop a bomb. Nice. All right, Jessica. All right.
Okay, get the losing sound. Let's get a losing sound.
Oh, Jessica.
All right, next name.
All right,
number
next
2.
name.
Number 2 of 3. Number 2 of 3.
Number 2 of 3.
This is for $300.
$300.
$300. All right, there it is.
All right, name number 2, Jody Green.
Jody Green. How do you pronounce that?
How do you pronounce that in Arkansas?
Yodi
Harin.
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 Jody.
Where you at,
Jody. Come on,
people
Jody.
Love you, Pat.
We want to
People
give you
love
$300.
They're saying it's good.
We want to give you $300, Jody. All you got to do is you got to just be like,
Sounds
I'm
great.
here. You just got to pop up.
Come on,
I got to
Jody.
see your name on
Everybody's
the screen.
rooting for you.
We're giving away $300.
Oh, we got about 5 seconds left,
Oh,
Jody.
boy.
Wow.
Count it down,
this
Lace.
This might be the first night.
Oh, this so
that
everybody
we don't
knows.
have a winner.
Okay, so if we do not, is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. If we do not get a winner on this next name, the next week on July 11th, we are going to draw for $400, and we're going to draw 4 names. So
Your chances are great.
here we go.
All right. Here we
Name
go.
number 3.
Come
on, Grant. P. Grant. They call him P. Grant.
That's a story for another day. P. Grant. Come on, get in there. Go,
He's
gadget
got
arm.
little arms, P. Grant does.
Oh, whoa. That.
Well, there you go. I think
I don't think he's on, but he still's in BDC.
Richard.
This is for Prince EA.
Richard, Prince EA.
Wow.
Oh,
That was a good
boy.
one.
Oh, boy. $300 for Prince EA.
Prince EA. Oh, I didn't even, I think.
I don't think we're
I'm
going to
gonna
see
go
Richard
with-
on this.
I'm going to go with, y'all are going to show up next week. Everybody loves Prince EA. That's awesome.
Well, of course
You're
everybody
gonna-
loves
You're going
Prince
to show up
EA.
next week because I don't think Prince EA is listening right now. The Prince is not on. We got 5 seconds left for him to claim his $300. But I'm going to go with 3, 2. Oh, that was a little quick on the draw there. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, you would be shocked if Prince EA popped
you guys
up on
be
there. It was
shocked?
like, it's me.
I would
me.
be shocked. All right, everybody. That means that next week, again, we're going to be drawing for $400. We're going to be pulling 4 names out of the container.
$400, 4 names being drawn next week. And yeah, we're going to be back for Money Mondays. It's 4th of July, y'all. You guys got to get off of YouTube. Go enjoy your holiday with the families. Eat your 17% more expensive hamburger, hot dog, and chips. Coleslaw. All the good things.
Potato
so great
salad.
to see you guys. I'm super excited because this is the first time that we don't have a winner. That means next week, July 11th, make sure you subscribe.
The bank
Turn
is
on the
growing.
notifications. We're going to go for $400 and we're going to draw 4 names next week. All of these names go back in. So you, even if you missed out this week, you can be winning that $400 next
Maybe
week.
we get Prince EA again. Who knows?
That's right. All right, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much, Grant. Thank you so much, Pat. We'll see you next week.